Hey darlings, today I want to talk about doing hard things. And this is something that's been on my mind because of the whole polyamory journey that I've been on. Because there are times when I'm like, I don't know if I can handle this. And then I've had a lot of people that are like, why don't you try monogamy? And I'm like, that's it's a great question. That's I think about that frequently. But then I think about a strictly monogamous relationship might not work for me. But the bigger reason, and this feels very masochistic, is that it's hard. Because through hard things, we learn stuff. We learn about ourselves. I have learned more about myself in the last few months than I have in years. I've learned all sorts of triggers, all sorts of wounds, and I've begun healing some of them. And even though sometimes it sucks, and sometimes I'm like crying on the floor, it feels like there's benefits. It feels kind of like a baptism by fire sort of thing. My dog requires me. That might not have worked. But yeah, it's hard. But then I think about we were designed for hard stuff. We adapt. That's why our species is where it's at, because we're adaptable. And I do hard things on purpose every day. So I take like a 3-minute cold shower every day, and it's not fun. I still don't really enjoy it, but there's benefits, and it's a way of starting the day off with something hard. I try to make the bed every day. Not that that's necessarily hard, but it's just a routine. It's something to do. I try to push myself in various ways to get things done, to be productive, to work on having the life that I want, to work out. Working out is often not easy, but it's one of those things that when we do it, we get stronger. And so while the whole polyamory thing is hard and sometimes feels impossible, the amount of learning is intense, and learning to rely more on myself. And it feels like it's a process that just breaks you down to just your barest elements, and then you get to build yourself back up. So that's why I keep doing it. And so I encourage people to do hard things. Maybe not so hard that you're super traumatized or like absolutely scarred for life, but hard things. They help us grow. Like, one of the biggest things I realized is how much I want to be wanted. Because I realized that, my dad left, I didn't feel wanted by him, but I realized that I don't think my mom wanted me when I was a baby. And so my entire life, it's just been me wanting to be wanted. And I guess I always had like an inkling about that, but I never fully understood that. And just that I like time with people, and that I am more on the monogamous side. That's one of the things that's trickier, is I seem to get more fixated, feels like the wrong word, but that's what comes to mind, on like one person. And so it can be trickier to try to figure out, like, how do I love multiple people a lot? So that is an interesting thing for me to learn about myself, and just learning that I can, that even when it feels impossible, even when I think I literally do not know how I can do this, like I literally feel like I could just die, that I keep going. And so when we go through these things, we can learn to have more reliance on ourselves, to be like, oh, that thing that was really hard, I went through that. Like, I had that for my main work, is I used to work like 90, 100-hour weeks at times. And I don't recommend it. It was horrendous, but it was something I did. And I get to look back and be like, I survived that. Barely, but I did. So that's why. That's why I try hard things. If it's something that's not going to work out for me, that like ultimately I learn that about myself, like I will give myself the freedom to be like, peace, but I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna keep learning. It feels like it is literally like going through fire and getting cleansed by something hard. So, yeah.